So today there's nothing new. We're going to just apply the rules that you learned yesterday. So we know that the rules are when the bases are the same, you can add the exponents. When the base is being raised to the power of something, we can multiply the exponents. And when we're dividing, we can subtract the exponents. So we're just going to apply those three rules. And I'm giving you exercises 4, 5, and 6. So I've made a few examples. These are not the actual examples from your exercises, just to show you how to do these, but so you don't get stuck. So most of exercise 4 is pretty straightforward, and I haven't got examples of that. Exercise 4, question 3 looks a bit like this, and they said simplify. What they want you to do is they want you to factorize. So they want you to say, okay, I'm going to take a 4 out here, and an A out here, and a B out of there, because 4 fits in here, and there, and A fits in there, and there, and B fits in there, and there, and there. So they want you to factorize. And then we're going to have left 4A over there, plus 3 over there, plus 4A squared B squared. Not 4, 1, A squared B squared. So just A squared B squared, right? Check that it's still equal. And then you are dividing with whatever's at the bottom. Now that you've factorized, you can divide. So I can say that's 2. This A cancels out with one of those. This B cancels out with one of those. And so our final answer is 4A plus 3 plus A squared B squared all over 2A B squared. Okay, that's all you have to do for that, so not a big deal. Then here's a few from that look similar to the ones in exercise 5, just so that they don't worry you. If you had something like this is the same thing as saying 5a cubed b to the 4 over 8, which I hope you know at this point. So 5 to the power 3 is 125. Then I've got a to the 9, b to the 12, and at the bottom I've got 8 to the 3. So 8 times 8 is 64, times by 3 is 512. Other one over here. So this is a cube. So and it applies to everything. So the negative sign is being cubed. So there are 3 of them. So it's very much negative. Then I've got 2 to the 3. Remember, this was 2 to the power 1. So 1 times 3, and it makes sense. You're saying 2 cubed, so must be surely. X to the 6, y to the 3, times by 2 times x to the 4. So that 2 with that 2 over there. 2 to the 4, x to the 8, and y to the 12. And then you'd work this out. This is multiplication, like terms don't matter. I've now got 7 of these 2's, and I've got 14 of the x's, and I've got 15 of the y's. And I think you can leave this one in exponential form, but otherwise you could put it in your calculator and work out 2 to the 7. It's 128, won't be particularly problematic. Last bunch of examples from exercise 6. Again, these are not actual exercise 6 questions, but things that look similar. So you know that that's a 1. So at the top here, we've got 3 to the power 10. Okay? There's 4 of them here, 5 of them there, and 3 and 1 of them there. You could cancel straight away because it's all multiplication and division. We can, if we wanted to, we could start off by canceling straight away. But I'm going to rather collect these together. At the bottom, I've got 3 to the 8. So this is 3 squared, and we definitely want 9 as the answer for that one. This one over here, I've got 3 squared, a to the 4, b to the 8, times by negative. Again, there's 3 of them, so it's going to stay negative. 4 to the 3, a to the 3, b to the 6. At the bottom here, 3 to the 4, a to the 8, times by 4 squared, a to the 12, b squared. You don't want to go and work out what 4 cubed is. It's going to make your life harder. Just keep them as they are, and then simplify first, and then you can work it out. So these 2 3's cancel with 2 of those. So at the bottom, we have 2 3's left. These, I've got, in total, 7 A's at the top. I could work this out and write it down. At the bottom, I've got 20. So there are going to be 13 left, and they're going to be at the bottom. Then I've got 14 of those at the top, and I've got 2 at the bottom. So they're going to be 12 left, and they'll be at the top. and the negative is going to still be negative, and we're going to have a 4 at the top. So to write this neatly, this would be negative 4, b to the 12, and at the bottom, 9, a to the 13. So if it makes you happy, you can multiply this way first and then cancel, or you can cancel first, it doesn't matter, but just be very careful and make sure you can see what you're doing. And that's it for today. You're just going to practice these rules.